So to wrap up the installation process, all we really need to do is to 1, check to make sure the front end of our site is working. And you can do that just by browsing to your web address. And if you'll notice, we have all the sample products in here and everything. If we go to any of these pages, you can click around and see the site is working. You can even add things to your cart. It's pretty amazing. Another thing we're going to want to do is click on the admin section. So it's just your site/admin. And enter your username and password that we set during installation. Click login, and you'll be greeted with this installation message. This is basically every time messages get pushed from Magento, they come in this incoming message. You can click read details, and it's going to take you to a link on their site with the details. However, you can click close for this, and you'll notice that these messages come and go. You can go to this messages inbox by clicking right here. And for now, select all, and you can actions remove them because they're just going to keep showing up and you don't really need them. So another thing we can see here is that it says base URL is not recommended for use in production site. So let's click configuration here, and this is basically saying that our secure and unsecure base URLs are set to just base URL. It's referencing itself really. So we're going to select this to be the actual URL of the site, like this. So if we add this to base URL unsecure and then base URL under secure, we save this message should go away. Also, it's important to notice that in our base URLs, both of them here, that we see this note here that says make sure that the base URL ends with the /. This is because we need this / here. So when you're adding this information, make sure you have this. That way your base URL is going to function properly. Also, it's important to notice that in our base URLs, both of them here, that we see this note here that says make sure that the base URL ends with the /. This is because we need this / here. So when you're adding this information, make sure you have this. That way your base URL is going to function properly. Nice. Okay, one more thing. It says our indexes are out of date. Well, that's probably correct because we just installed this. Let's click this index management link, and you can see there's all this status indexing required. All you need to know about this right now is to click select all here. And then under Actions, make sure it says Reindex Data and click Submit. Once this is done, you'll see that these are all going to be green. Now, you might notice that this might take a second. However, ours has just finished. And you'll get this total of 9 indexes have been reindexed. So great. Now we can click the logo here, and it's going to take us to our dashboard. Let's click here to enable our chart. And it's going to take us to this configuration page where we can select Dashboard. Enable charts, yes, save config, and our chart seems to be working fine now, although we have no data. Also, you may have noticed while clicking around the front end of your site that your URL, even though we specified the base URL as being just whatever you had your server name here, it actually has a /index.php here as well. And many people don't like that. I, in fact, like a clean URL. So to get rid of this index.php, we need to add something to this htaccess file. Now, it's important to note that the htaccess file is going to be a hidden file because it starts with a dot if you're not familiar with htaccess files. And in fact, if I bring in my Finder here, you can see that the file is grayed out. And you might not see this in your particular browser, your file browser, whether it's Windows or Mac. You might need to turn on invisible files or use an application that allows you to see invisible files. If you use an FTP client like Transmit, you can often see invisible files simply by going to View, Show Invisible Files, and then you get these dot files as well. So we're going to want to open this in a text editor, and it can be in any text editor of your choice, and we're just going to add a line to it. Now, inside of this htaccess file, you're going to see some stuff, but what we're looking for is the rewrite base. So if you do a Command F or just a find, we're going to look for rewrite, and you can see it's right here. this rewrite base, and you'll notice there's a pound sign in front of it. So what we need to do is delete this pound sign, essentially uncommenting this, and then we can delete this part that says Magento, and then delete this / here. So we really just have rewrite base space / and what this is going to do is say that the base of your website is located at just /. Now that we've uncommented that line and modified it, we can go to System, Configuration, then under Web, we can select Search Engine Optimization, and we want to change this Use Web Server Rewrites to Yes. Now that we click Save, we might have to clear the cache here. So this has been saved. Let's come to our cache management under System. Click that. We can flush Magento's cache. And it looks like Magento's cache has been flushed. Now let's visit our site. Now, whenever we visit any of our links, you'll see that we no longer have the index.php in between this URL here. So you have Magento installed, and in the next couple of videos, we're going to be going over the administrative panel, and we're going to see all it has to offer, all the different configurations you can do, and you'll get your site up and running in no time.